Controversial development as the former mayor of Blanco, Texas, Mike Arnold, has accused former presidential aide Reno Omokri of being a pathological, habitual, calculating, self-serving liar, alleging that he was deceived and manipulated by Omokri during their personal and professional encounters. The allegations have sparked significant attention on social media platforms. Arnold made the allegation in a lengthy post on X, recounting his experience with Omokri in Kenya, Texas, and Nigeria. The accusations include claims about fabricated luxury car ownership, unfulfilled promises of high-level meetings, and misrepresentation of Arnold's identity during media appearances. Among the specific allegations, Arnold claimed Omokri promised meetings with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, and the Sultan of Sokoto during a recent trip to Nigeria, but none materialized. He also alleged on live television Omokri falsely called him the current mayor of Blanco, Texas, and claimed he's a personal friend of Ted Cruz, both of which Arnold denies. Most seriously, Arnold accused Omokri of downplaying violence against Christians in Nigeria. Let's take a look.
I am going to quote, not a journalist, but an authority apparently. How to identify a hypocrite? Their voice is so loud, condemning injustice against Muslims in USA, yet very silent in condemning genocide of Christians in Nigeria. And that person that said that a couple years ago was Reno Omokri, and he's multiple quotes, tweets like that. He made this a very big issue about Christian genocide in Nigeria not that long ago. And according to all the observers and all the organizations and watchdogs, they say it has not improved, that the death toll is higher. So I don't know what's dramatically changed, that he was adamantly, repeatedly calling it a Christian genocide in Nigeria. The only thing out of this change is the administration and his employer. So.
Wow, this story has gone viral. I mean, Reno Omokri went on to say that, he doesn't have an employer, but I'll take some reactions on X. This is from Mayor of Crypto, who wrote, "You never had any problems with Reno till he spoke the truth that there is no genocide against Christians in Nigeria. This is the problem with over religious folks. You are tearing another man down just because he disagrees with you." Well, Murphy wrote, "I took my time to read your message," that is to Arnold, "from top to bottom, and honestly, you are spot on. Reno has proven time and again to be the perfect example of a two-faced individual. One minute he's preaching morals, the next he's defending the indefensible. He talks from every side of his mouth, bending his narrative to whatever benefits him at the moment. You simply can't take him seriously. He stands for nothing unless it feeds his ego or political bias." Well, Reno Omokri was on our news program Newsnight, where he described Arnold as the current mayor of Blanco, Texas, and dismissed claims of a Christian genocide in Nigeria as ludicrous, while acknowledging that killings are occurring across both Christian and Muslim communities. Let's take a look before we come back to discuss.
I was able to get Mayor Mike Arnold, a Republican elected mayor from the state of Texas, who is personally friends with Senator Ted Cruz and Gregory Abbott, and also an associate with President Trump. And I invited him over to Nigeria for fact-finding. Not just him, I invited also a filmmaker. I wanted them to see for themselves. So I invited these two gentlemen here, and before they came, they briefed Senator Ted Cruz and Congressman Chip Roy, and they're here. This whole idea of a Christian genocide in Nigeria is ludicrous. Yes, there are killings of Christians in Nigeria, and anybody who denies that will be frankly a dishonest person. But then there are also killings going on in the Muslim arena. I mean, I hate to say this, but only recently we had killings at a mosque in Katsina. We had killings at another mosque in Zamfara. And if you have these terrorists go to a state like Benue and they hit people there, obviously most of the victims will be Christians. Why? Because Benue is a Christian-dominated state. If they hit in Zamfara, most of the victims will be Muslims. So there's no Christian genocide, and to prove it, I've invited these gentlemen for fact-finding.
Right. All right. I mean, Reno Omokri there is also stressing the claims of the federal government, saying that, there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. These terrorists attack Muslims, and mosques have been burnt as well as churches. Muslims have been killed, and he also had, the imam there as well. But your thoughts on all of the conversation so far, especially on social media, and from the current mayor of Blanco. I know he's not. Of course, I'm making a joke. And from the current mayor of Blanco, as Reno Omokri has alleged, this guy has come to say, listen, this man is talking with two sides of his mouth. He even posted videos, pictures, and a picture of Reno Omokri saying that, I think he visited him sometime in Texas, and then he posted his Rolls Royce or something like that. Your thoughts?
That was his,
on fire.
That was his friend's vintage car.
Yes, a vintage car. We had that picture.
Every water, he prepares a table before me. Yeah. Okay, moving on. See, as regards this conversation of genocide, I've always been of the view, and this is my view, that across religious lines, across Nigerians generally, people are being killed. All right? And the fact that people are being killed is even a sad indictment on Nigeria as a country. So rather than us trying to go and lobby, we should be crying in shame that Nigerians are being slaughtered. Christians, Muslims, in Christian communities, yes, there's been heavy killings. You remember what happened in the community in Jos around last Christmas?
Yeah.
Heavy killings. Second point, you called somebody for a fact-finding mission. The person gave a report of a fact-finding mission. Why are we disagreeing? A day before, in the television, you said that these people were brought in for a fact-finding mission. They have given their report. Why are we disagreeing? If Mayor Blanco said, based on his fact-finding, he's written a report that he saw Christian genocide over the years, that's the report of the committee that you set up for fact-finding mission. I don't know when we started doing fact-finding mission in Nigeria for something that's happening in America, or is it because we want to go and send the likes of Mayor Blanco that he says friend to Ted Cruz? I'm not sure it's that close to Ted Cruz. I'm not sure it's that close to associate of Trump. So why are we disagreeing with the fact-finding mission? That's the part I don't even understand here. And you see these attempts to play politics with the blood of human beings. Let's be careful. Human blood, and that's why I was quick to speak yesterday about the pardon. Human blood is not what we can play propaganda with. Please, when we are doing propaganda, when lives are involved, please, let's just move away from propaganda about human blood. Because the blood will ask questions. And we should be very careful. So I don't see anything Mayor Arnold has done by exposing the report of his fact-finding mission. You brought him in to do fact-finding. He said he has evidence. He has released all the evidence. And this has even complicated Nigerian government's matter. So if these people were brought in by those close to the governments, this is an own goal. Just like one of my friends would say, "What's the penalty? Not throwing again, own goal."
All right.
So please, with due respect,
yes, what
we should now do is to focus on the killings that is going on.
This is the point.
And how we can bring resolution. And people should stop all of this propaganda. If they want to go and meet with the American authorities and plead their own case, they should go ahead and do it. But all of this shenanigans on our national TV, see, for the second part, a lot of people want me to talk about as regards they lie to me, they don't lie to me.
Well, what about both of them?
When Mayor Arnold and Reno Omokri were enjoying themselves,
yes,
and visiting each other's homes and hosting each other,
going to Kenya and all this.
I was not there.
Yes.
When they were inviting each other for birthday, I was not there. Their matter, it doesn't concern me. Right. It's because things are not good amongst them. That's why we are hearing the truth. Yeah. When it's not that when the mayor came into Nigeria and they invited him, he called me to tell me, I'm here. That's their personal matter.
All right.
The matter that concerns me,
yes,
it's a national matter. Don't do propaganda on the bloods of people. Let's say it the way it is.
Yes, but Reno Omokri has said that he doesn't have an employer as well. All right, a quick comment.
Because let me go where Rufai doesn't want to go to.
Okay.
And I say that because it's important to call out things like this. What Mike Arnold has done by revealing some of the lies that have been told by Reno Omokri, according to him, over the years with pictures, is that he has also revealed to the fact that he's not a man of integrity. Okay. And also, when that happens, is that it discredits the person, especially what you stand for and what you say. I say this because Reno Omokri is known to be very vocal about matters in Nigeria, about personalities in Nigeria. He has been accused, silently in different quarters as being, oh, okay, you play for this side. Many people, when it comes to politics, can change the direction of their view. But when you come with concrete, it doesn't speak very well of the integrity of a man who, in many cases, wants to speak up for issues that are pertinent to Nigerians. And I think it's important to highlight that fact. When your words or your actions have been discredited in such a bold and public manner, it means that in the future, people cannot take your words seriously. It means that when you speak up, and that's why we talk about people who are supporting this administration and government and saying many things, it means that the next time he posts an X that goes viral, you take it with a pinch of salt. It means that sometimes when because your antecedents can qualify what or how we believe what you say in the future. Right. And this is it's hurting because he's also been a big advocate of discrediting the words of the US saying that Nigeria Christian genocide is happening. So what does it mean? It means we want to take a closer look actually and think, if you've been lying about a lot of things in the past, why should we take you seriously and why should we believe what you're saying now? And I think he owes an apology to many of his followers that he deceived in the cause of misrepresenting himself with Mr. Mike Arnold. This is what happens when you're not playing with just Nigerians. If you're doing international propaganda, you have to be very careful because when it's time, they'll bring receipts and they'll discredit everything that you have done that is not correct.
Are you on fire? Well, all right. We're now
You see why I'm laughing? Yes, I'm aware of how I gay. Now, it is okay to say Reno Omokri is a pathological liar. So whenever anybody says Reno is a liar, you should not listen to Reno Omokri next time. Now you know the reason. when you see over the time we talk about issues, we say Reno Omokri and APC members, they are lying. You don't understand. Now this is evident. You see, the US, you can't play with their intelligence. You can't do this nonsense you are doing here in Nigeria and do it over there. They don't cover up for something. Human being, we're talking about life. Innocent life are being slaughtered day by day, and you are using the blood of innocent people to do politics. Everything is being politicized. Reno Omokri, now you see, this thing when you did do so, the thing now, the truth will surely come aside. This is what we are saying. Over the time, Reno Omokri, they have evidence of these things. If the US are keeping you quiet, it not mean say they don't know what they are doing. They just want to leave you with your stupidity, with your foolishness. Go and foolish yourself. When the time come, you will not believe it. Now, Reno Omokri, I dare you I dare Reno Omokri to respond, to say it's a lie. They lie against him. They always say refute and debunk or dismiss allegations. I dare Reno Omokri to challenge further. If care is not taken, they will ban him from America. If care is not taken, they will sanction Reno Omokri that he is a liar, is part of the terrorist himself. They will ban him from America. He cannot even do anything further because his secret has been exposed. Now they ask him to shut up. This your mouth is too much. This your mouth. We've been saying that this your mouth will put you into trouble. It will get you into trouble. Alpha. It never took Tina. This government of APC will get a lot of people into trouble. Now there is warning that Tinubu should not joke. Now that this insecurity going on in Nigeria has caught America, US, caught the US Senate. Now attention. That is to say, very soon. Now they are interested. They are watching, monitor. Tinubu should take this issue of insecurity seriously. Once the Donald Trump don't pull man for your matter, you know will feel survival. That's the issue now. You see, when we talk, it's not as if we just want to criticize government. What is happening, we say every day, we see. Now, Tinubu has been fed with a lot of false information. The people in his cabinet are not being truthful to themselves. They don't tell him the truth, especially that one they call Bayo Onanuga. They forgot what happened yesterday. During the time of Jonathan, they forgot what happened, what they did. Everything they criticized Jonathan about, they fought against them, is what they are doing one after the other. It shows their character, they are dirty characters. Now, Reno Omokri, you invited somebody for a peace founding to come and find for your allegation. You dismiss allegation. Now he came, he saw, he conquered. He's giving you a report card of his founding that Reno Omokri is a liar. Over the years, he have evidence of issue of genocide, Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. You still deny. You don't have time to go do your investigation. I did a video, somebody came out with his founding investigation. You still deny. That was not enough. You went to America to bring somebody for peace founding for people. The US to understand. On that Arise News interview, you were quick to say he's a friend. And listen to that. In fact, I was even at work that night when I listened to that interview with Charles. He said, I went to bring them. This one is actor, a filmmaker. This one is is a friend to Ted Cruz. That Ted Cruz was aware before coming. Now, the man when you look at the body language after Reno Omokri said all of that, the man was not comfortable because it was not like, this is not part of the plans. Do you understand? But the man just have to, based on the first time, the man just have to say what he has to say. On that same interview, Reno Omokri was already put to where he belonged. The man was not listening to Reno Omokri. It's like they came to do different things. Because the man said that if the federal government, are not interested in talking about the genocide, insecurity going on in the country, why are you interested in US assistance? Why we heavily dependent of the US aids and whatever. He said, if we cannot talk about this, or when we do our founding report, you say every time is a lie, that means you have no right to come for us to help you. That's what he said. He said every time they have issue of killing Christians, killing genocide going on in Nigeria, you debunk. If you don't want them to talk about it, you have no right to ask us for help. That's insult. That's what he said before this conference they did. Now, where Reno Omokri went to disgrace himself. Now look at the episode of the man. This is the man who came to do his founding. Reno blood to they don't disgrace him. So now it is obvious that Reno Omokri is a liar. Everything he has been saying, especially for Tinubu, is a liar. You can't hide it forever. Truth is bitter, but you must continue to tell the truth. Now, Reno Omokri now for some days he will not talk again. If this happened in Nigeria, there is a Nigerian person saying it, he will say it's a lie. They have paid you to blackmail me. That's what he will say. They have paid you to blackmail me. Who paid the US? This one, you brought the person. No, it's not. We know nothing about it. Over Sabi, you brought somebody to come in your favor, in Tinubu's favor, to say there is no killing going on in Nigeria. You just want to silence all these people. No, now you can't hide it forever. Now they disgrace you. Somebody you brought to, it disgrace you. It disgrace you. Woefully. Reno Omokri is a pathological liar. Everybody knows that. You should not listen to it. When I said this before, I know I have my reasons, evidence to say he's a liar. This one is a liar. I call their names many times. I don't care because evidence are there. Do you understand? So a lot of things is going on in this country, and I'm just worried for people that will not be able to survive this administration before 2027. And I'll tell you this: 80%, 100% problems we are facing in this country today. Now we understand who APC are. They have shown their own true color. This is not what they told us. Everything they said from Buhari's time to Tinubu's time is different. They don't have any vision, no ideology. They are just there to enrich themselves and their family. Now, I'll tell you this. We have 80% challenges in our problems. If we vote Tinubu out of office in 2027, believe me, 80% of Nigeria problem is let's say 60% Nigeria problem is solved, because Tinubu is a major problem we have in this country now. Who does not care about the welfare of the citizens? Who does not care about the insecurity? All he cares about is how to induce these politicians, governors to join his APC to win election in 2027. That's what he cares, matters to him. He doesn't care about the security, about the welfare of the people. Now he doesn't care about the hunger, the poverty he has thrown people into. He doesn't care. He's happy seeing people wallowing in poverty. He's happy doing that. Do you understand? So if we can vote, is it possible? Nobody voted for him in 2027. He was able to fight his way through. INEC and Supreme Court, they gave him the mandate of another person, which is fine. But he's going to do the same thing in 2027. That's where you and I needs to come in to say no to Tinubu. That's why I'm even like worried, because we don't have serious opposition again. Tinubu has successfully damaged everything, destabilized opposition. Now oppositions are nowhere to be found. Everybody could remember what happened in 2015, 14, 15, before that election that get Jonathan out of office. We know what these people were doing, how they were consistent in bashing Jonathan, calling all names, going to the US every time there's one this man. He made it every time. Even Jonathan, they waited for Jonathan to drink water. If they waited for Jonathan to say something, he didn't say anything, they'll go and call. We don't know what is happening. So at 5 p.m. Jonathan supposed to drink water. At 5 p.m. he has not drank water. 6 p.m. he has not drunk. They will run, APC will run to the US to go and call this. Before you know, these people will come to Aso Rock. Jonathan, what is happening? This is what they say. This is how they were consistent in destroying this person ambition. I mean, government that time, to an extent they imported insecurity, all this banditry to Nigeria to get in, to vote him out of office. That's how bad it is. They were bashing consistently. But today now, we don't have that voice. Opposition's nowhere to be found. We doing this job. Now, if we report, we say a thing, you see all of us every day. I know the numbers of threats I get on my phone there every time. You see APC tours, they coming after you for you speaking. It becomes a problem. It was never like this. But trust me, I fear nobody. I know the fear. If you now you just waste your time if they continue to threaten me online. The day you see me for hold me, I not fear because a cappella will say, he say anybody, he say we they alive for this country before don't die, because many people believe now say they don't buy you. Now only in fact many people just they waka for road now. They are hope say they don't go. It's just that they are still breathing. That's how bad it is, the situation of this country. So that's why 2027 we must come together to say no to these people. Otherwise they are going to continue doing the same thing. This shows that everything APC is doing all this while they are liars. They know they are liars. They know. Anyways, please share this video, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Be your guy, run for me now. Subscribe. 2027. We shall defeat these people. Come out ready to vote and defend your vote. We will show these people Nigeria does not belong to APC alone. It is for every one of us.